how to create a viewport of your model. So I'm going to go to Model Space, and here we can see that we have the two-dimensional geometry drawn, and then the three-dimensional geometry has been extruded. And just as a quick refresher, to get that, what we would do is to turn off the dimension line layer, make a copy of it, and then we would either press pull that or extrude it. Now, in order to make it a solid, you need a boundary shape, and so this drawing here has been created with boundary shapes. You can see when I hover over them, they're polylines. So we could extrude this, but the fastest command is press pull. So I'm just going to type that in. You don't have to type in the entire command, you just need to type in enough for it to find it. And so you can press pull, and what it'll do is it'll create a boundary shape and then either extrude it or subtract it, depending on if you press it or pull it. So that's how you would create the model. I'm just going to get rid of this one just as a quick example. Now, to put a viewport, what we would do is we would get the orientation of this to the way that we want it. And I like to use 3D rotate so that it's 90 degrees. And if you have your polar button on, then you can get it to snap in a 90-degree increment. And then I'm going to move this off of the ghost image, or what we call the sketch. And then we really don't need it. You could put this on a layer that's turned off, or I'm just going to delete it. Whoops, that didn't work out. U for undo. All right, and so now that it's orientated, I'm going to go back to Paper Space. And in Paper Space, you want to make sure that you're in the paper mode, or P space is what it's called. And so you have M space, which gets you in floating model space, which means I can work on the geometry right here. And then you have P space, which is the paper space area where you can put in a viewport. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a circular geometry. I'm going to put that on the viewport layer. And then I'm going to convert it by going View, Viewport, Object. Click on it. Double click in the view, three-dimensional view, southeast isometric. And I usually like to shade them with conceptual. All right, that completes this video tutorial.